Hello, you're watching Shalom World News. I'm Katie Asco from Dublin, Ireland, and these are your latest headlines from around the world. On Thursday, October 21st, believers in Ireland commemorated the centenary of partition and the creation of Northern Ireland. To mark the occasion, a solemn ecumenical prayer service was held at the historic St. Patrick's Church of Ireland Cathedral in Armagh, the site of the first church that was built on the island by St. Patrick in the 5th century. People from all denominations came together for the service to pray for healing of past wounds and to implore God's blessings for a better future. Catholic archbishops and top prelates from the Church of Ireland, Presbyterian Church and Methodist Church took part in the service. In the UK, a Labour Party politician has proposed an amendment that allows access for Catholic priests to administer the last rites at crime scenes. This comes in the wake of a priest being denied permission to provide the sacrament to veteran Catholic politician Sir David Amess after he was stabbed repeatedly last week. The amendment has been proposed by Mr Mike Kane and would allow priests to be with a Catholic in the final moments of life. Peers are willing to put forward the amendment in the committee stage in the House of Lords, and discussions are underway. Mr Kane said that it is vital that people of faith receive ministry and sacraments in the final moments of life. The Catholic Church provides the anointing of the sick, also known as the Last Rites, to those who are gravely ill or dying. In the United Kingdom, the Catholic Church has joined the Anglican Church and Jewish community in strongly opposing the proposed bill that seeks to legalise assisted dying. Cardinal Vincent Nichols of Westminster, who heads the Bishops' Conference of England and Wales, Archbishop of Canterbury Justin Welby, and Chief Rabbi Ephraim Mervis issued a joint letter to members of the House of Lords in which they expressed their deep unrest over the assisted dying bill ahead of its second debate in the House of Lords today, October 22nd. The three religious leaders emphasised the hazards and dangers posed by the legislation's provisions, as well as the real-life issue it puts forth. Baroness Meacher's private member's bill proposes allowing assisted suicide for terminally ill patients who are deemed to have fewer than 6 months to live. Attacks on Catholic churches in Chile are continuing, and in a recent incident, robbers looted and burned the office of the Diocese of Talca on the night of October 18th. The pastoral departments for youth, social work and the Foundation for University Students in the diocesan office complex were looted and torched. In spite of the efforts of firefighters, furniture and other articles could not be saved. In a statement issued the following day, Bishop of Talca, Monsignor Galo Fernandez, thanked neighbours, firefighters and the police for providing immediate assistance when the blaze broke out. Acts of vandalism against Catholic churches in Chile are taking place under the guise of civilian protests against the government in pursuit of better living conditions. In the statement, the bishop said that justice and development can only be achieved through peace and dialogue. Cardinal in Pakistan has criticised what he calls the duplicity of the US and the European Union, saying that it has had an impact on the persecution of Christians in the region. In an interview with a Catholic publication in Rome, Pakistani Cardinal Joseph Coutts has said that over the past decade, his nation has moved increasingly towards Islamization. The top prelate said that Christians are seen as the devil or the product of colonialism, and that if something happens in the West that hurts Muslims, each time Christians in Pakistan are on tenterhooks, as yet another church could be attacked and believers killed. The United Nations country team in crisis-hit Myanmar has said that 3 million people are in need of urgent life-saving assistance in the wake of the ongoing conflict, pandemic and food insecurity. UN official Farhan Haq has said that clashes between the military and ethnic militia have displaced 219,000 people and is calling for urgent humanitarian assistance. This comes as 7 employees of the local branch of Caritas International, who were taking food and medicines to displaced people in Kaya State, were arrested by the military on Monday, October 18th. Soldiers also seized 2 vehicles of the charity. An 8-year-old former Ukrainian member of parliament who suffered imprisonment during Soviet rule is on a mission to renovate a dilapidated Catholic church in his home village of Letachk. Built in the 19th century for the small Polish community, it was taken over by communists and made into a dumping yard of a collective farm. The church was falling apart when Mr Horrible decided to use his retirement fund to restore it to its former glory. He has gradually been joined by benefactors who now finance the project. Mr Horrible wants to dedicate the church to Pope St John Paul II once it is complete. The Archbishop of Denver in the United States has expressed solidarity with the Jewish community after anti-Semitic graffiti was sprayed on the walls of a high school and a Torah academy was attacked. The offensive graffiti was sprayed on the walls of George Washington High School, and the Denver Academy of the Torah suffered property damage. In a statement, Archbishop Samuel Quilla said that acts of vandalism have no place in society. He reminded people that, although they live in a pluralistic society, acts of violence are not an answer to differences. He also said that he was praying for an end to such attacks and appealed to elected officials to take such acts seriously. Those are your latest headlines. Do join us tomorrow and visit swnews.org for more updates. Shalom.